No, yeah, he's definitely a hooper.
This Dennis Schroder shit though. Man, I cannot wait to see how this debacle ends.
I just saw on the way over here that it's rumored that the Celtics offered him $1.9 million for a year contract. I'm sorry, 5.9.
Yeah,
5.9.
mid-level exception.
Yeah, that was my dyslexia hitting in. Yeah, mid-level, which would be a fall from grace for sure.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be his best bet to take a 1-year deal, especially if he wants the money he wants. He wants $100 million.
I agree, Derek. I think that's the reality. Like, he gonna have a fall from grace wherever, but I think it'll be smarter for him to take a 1 year versus 4 year minus all of them. You know what I'm saying? Just at least bet on yourself.
It's not like he's 34. Like, he's still relatively like in that prime age. So 1 year is not gonna hurt him. He's still gonna have like, for the most, unless it's like an injury happens, which is not gonna wood all the time. But like, it's not like he's gonna be less as fast or anything like that. Like, all that stuff should be there.
That would be an amazing pickup for them for that amount of money. It's not like Dennis Schroeder's a bum. Like Dennis Schroeder left a bad taste in people's mouths because of the playoffs and stuff. But before that, Dennis Schroeder was pretty solid.
Right? Yeah. I think I was talking about it because obviously, like you said, he had a bad playoffs. But like the regular season, like I was dead ass a fan of what Dennis Schroeder was doing.
You were saying some wild shit about Dennis Schroeder,
bro. When like the first couple months of the season, I'm like, this dude is trying to make a case for like a second team all defense. Like that's how much impact like he was having on the court and everything like that.
You know how me and Mike be trolling each other. You said something about Dennis Schroeder being better than somebody on the Bulls or something.
Nah, yeah, we do be maybe on some joking shit. I was like, yeah, Dennis Schroeder, he'd be like the second best player on your team, like first
that's
best
what it
player.
was.
Some goofy shit,
that's what it was, and we had a.
But no, I was talking
Xbox
highly of
argument.
Dennis Schroeder, but I was just like, it got to a point where it just wasn't working when we actually needed him to come through.
I think Dennis Schroeder's value is a sixth man. If he can get back to that role, I think he can have some extreme value. I think the Lakers by default had to make him a starting point guard, and
I think
was
he's
cool with
proven
them.
that he is a starting PG, but I see what you mean that his value is at a 6-man type guy.
He's because he's not a traditional point guard. You know what I mean? I just like him. Even if you go to the Celtics, I wouldn't mind them exploring him as a 6-man. Personally, I'm not saying that he can't start because 6-mans can start. We've seen, but I just think that he's better or at his best in a 6-man role. Like I loved him with the Thunder.
Yeah,
like that was the best Dennis Schroeder we've seen.
And when he was coming off the bench with the Hawks, when he was coming behind Jeff Teague, he was hooping there.
Yeah, I mean he was hooping when he became a starter too, but that was just a garbage ass team. Mm-hmm. But I'm very interested in that. The Larry Markkinen thing. Any updates on him?
Nope. Other than he deleted all Chicago Bulls stuff out of his bio and stuff, which makes sense. Go do your thing, big fella. Good luck. The Bulls are looking for – they don't even want a player back. They want a future first in return, which makes sense. We gave out a lot of firsts to give Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan. What team is willing to do a sign and trade to get him on with a first? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see.
I don't think we can really gauge what his market is because nobody's really offering him shit.
So. Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up a first for him. Just because of the situation. Not for him. He's a good player, a solid player, but – he don't want to be a Bull. The Bulls clearly don't want him. So why the fuck am I giving up a first?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they have no leverage.
It'll be very funny if nobody did shit and he had to return.
That's where I think the leverage comes from. Where like it's either you give us a first round pick or he'll just be a Bull next season, whether he wants to or not. And then we'll deal with it later when around the trade deadline. Because with him, if I'm not mistaken, with him signing a qualifying offer, he would technically have a no-trade clause. But since he wants to be traded anyway, he would waive the no-trade clause halfway through the season, to trade him away. But I don't know.
He would have to hoop his ass off and raise his value at some point to make a team think like, oh, we want to invest in him.
Not necessarily, because the qualifying offer is not a lot of money.
Yeah, it's $9 million.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a lot of money. It's not like you traded for somebody making 20. Mm-hmm. I'm sure a team would take the chance on a $9 million Larry Markkinen. Y'all been watching Summer League?
Yeah, but before we get to Summer League, Goran Dragic.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was funny. Did y'all see?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like the quote, he said it like in an interview.
Yeah, he
like
said
on
it
the
in
street.
Interview, yeah.
Like, I don't want to go to Toronto. I got higher ambitions.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was crazy. Where y'all think he going? Dallas?
Toronto. Dallas said they don't want to pay him his remaining salary, so it probably won't be Dallas, even though Dallas likes all of the European-born players. I think it will be Toronto, and he's going to have to play his ass off and then get out of there.
That's the thing, yeah. He can work his trade value up, yeah. I think that it's going to have some, like, he obviously going to get some minutes on there, and I think that it could be a team that, eventually starts selling if things don't go their way, and then if he's hooping, right up out of there.
Yeah, I'm
Not-
trying to think of a team that might need like a starting quality PG. Like
Somebody-
He don't even got to be starting. He can come off the bench
Yeah,
for a lot of
somebody
these
said
teams.
somebody said the Bucks. Like if he get bought out, obviously the
Yeah.
Bucks not gonna pay his $19 million. But if he was one of those bought out
Mm-hmm.
players that like the Blake Griffins and all that,
Those usually like they just somehow, some way make
Yeah.
their way to a situation that
Yeah.
works for them.
the Bucks.
Yeah, I
would
wouldn't even be
crazy.
surprised like the Clippers were interested in him.
I feel like any
That's a
team that's
good one.
good should be interested in Goran
Facts.
Dragic,
Yeah.
especially if it's hella cheap.
And last, before we get into summer league, my Knicks signed Dwayne Bacon,
Yeah.
It's a good signing.
bacon and eggs.
Hey,